Heads of NPR and PBS testified before Congress this week amid accusations of liberal bias. Should the government continue to send taxpayer dollars to public broadcasters? Was head of NPR, and, she said, we're completely unbiased. Give me a break, lady.
So I assume you probably heard about the head of NPR last week saying that they're not biased. Well, we all know better, but of course, even Bill Maher, liberal Bill Maher, doesn't believe it either. So if he's not even seeing it, who do they think is going to believe that they're not biased? Now, I don't know about you, but back in the early 2000s, maybe even around 2008 when Obama was in office, I remember listening to NPR because there was no other options to listen to in the radio in the morning. I could put on AM, try to listen to some talk shows, but if I wanted news, I had to turn on NPR on our local FM channel that carried it, and they had their morning edition, and it was awful. I just remember yelling at the radio driving all the way to work, and if I wasn't listening to music driving back, it was about a half-hour drive each way. I would listen to NPR to catch up on some of the news from the day. Because remember, this was before we had easy access to whatever we wanted to listen to on our phones in our cars. I really didn't have any other options except AM radio or FM radio in the car. Man, I'll tell you, once I was able to listen to what I wanted to, when I wanted to on the phone, what a relief it was. And I could finally listen to channels that I trusted. But the fact that NPR is trying to say they're not biased, man, I just love that even liberals don't believe it.
Give me a break, lady. I mean, they're crazy far left. They're crazy far left.
Let's talk about the newsroom. You have 87 registered Democrats, not a single Republican in your editor board. So, I mean, how does that work to give us the perception that you're doing your job of actually delivering unbiased information?
Well, I would agree with you that that number is a concern if it is accurate. I do believe that we need to have journalists who represent the full breadth of the American society so that we can report well for all Americans.
Well, I think that you are failing. I realize you've only been there for a year, but I just really think that while it is a small portion of your budget, you very much should expect to restructure your revenue streams, because I don't think that NPR is necessarily worth saving.
I think our reverence for the truth might have become a bit of a distraction that is preventing us from finding consensus and getting important things done.